Hello students, you are welcome in the second lecture of a chapter of chemical kinetics. In the first lecture, we have started with introduction followed by what is meant by rate of reaction. In that lecture, we have seen that for any chemical reaction, there are three important aspects. First one, whether the given reaction is possible or not possible, means whether that reaction is spontaneous or non-spontaneous, and that can be studied with the help of thermodynamics. The second aspect, if the reaction is spontaneous, how much percentage it will take place, and that we can study with the help of chemical equilibrium in the 11th standard and to somewhat extent in the ionic equilibrium this year also. And the third important aspect, how much time will it require to take place, and that time required can be studied with the help of chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics is a branch of chemistry which deals with study of measurement of rate of reaction, factors affecting the rate of reaction, and mechanism of the reaction. Those factors are studied with the help of chemical kinetics. Then we have seen the rate of reaction. Two type of rate of reaction we have seen: average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. In the average rate of reaction, we have seen the change in concentration is bigger, since the time interval is also a large one. Whereas in the instantaneous rate of reaction, change in concentration is less, since the time interval is shortened. What is the rate of reaction that we have seen? Rate of reaction is the rate of change of concentration of either reactant or product with time. Rate of change of concentration of reactant or product with respect to time is known as rate of reaction. There we have seen, if the concentration of reactant is considered, it is found to be decreased. If the concentration of product is considered, it is found to be increased. Concentration of the reactant decreases because there is a certain rate of reaction. Concentration of product increases because there is a certain rate of reaction. If the rate of reaction is zero, no reaction will take place. That is what we have seen in the first lecture. Now, in this lecture, we have to see rate of reaction and reactant concentration and how rate law can be estimated, how the rate law can be written for a given chemical reaction. Here we have to study how rate of reaction and reactant concentration are used in order to estimate the rate law. If any chemical reaction is given, for that chemical reaction, how rate law is written and how rate law can be changed with change in concentration of any one of the reactant. So let us see it over here. At any given instant and at any given temperature, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactant at that instant. What is the statement I have done? At any given instant and at any given temperature. Instant means time, and the temperature, time and temperature both are there. At any given instant and at any given temperature, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactants at that time, at that instant. Let us consider the general chemical reaction. A moles of reactant A. What is the small a? Moles. Capital A, name of reactant. React with B moles of B. Small b is the number of moles. Capital B, species, reactant. A moles of A react with B moles of B, and they are giving C moles of C plus D moles of D. Suppose this is the chemical reaction. For this chemical reaction, where A moles of A react with B moles of B, giving C moles of C and D moles of D. For this reaction, we have to write the rate law, and we have to discuss how the rate law changes depending on concentration of A and concentration of B. What is the rate of reaction? I have told you. Rate of reaction is the rate of change of concentration of reactant or product with respect to time. And rate of reaction depends on which factor? Just in the today's lecture we have seen rate of reaction at given instant and at given temperature is directly proportional to concentration of reactants at that instant. So rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactant A into concentration of another reactant B. Raised, their concentrations are raised to an appropriate power. That power is experimentally derived, X, and let this will be Y. What you are imagining over here, your imagination is that X must be equal to A and Y must be equal to B. That is your imagination. But be careful over here. X may be equal to small a or may not be equal to small a. X may be whole number. It may be fraction of a. It may be a by 2, maybe a by 3, maybe a by 4, maybe fraction of a, or whole number of a, twice of a, 3a, whatever may be. So this stoichiometric coefficient or this stoichiometric coefficient has nothing to do with value of x and y. X and y are not necessarily small a and small b respectively. They may be different. Why different? Because x and y are experimentally derived quantities. X and y are nothing but the experimentally derived quantities. If we write x as a and y as b, What is that equation? Rate of reaction is directly proportional to A raised to A and B raised to B. But that is not the case. Here X and Y are experimentally derived, and from experiment it is observed that X may be is equal to small a or may not be equal to small a. Y may be equal to small b or may not be equal to small b. So X and Y are either equal to AB or may be different because they are not theoretical quantities. They are not theoretical quantities. They are experimental quantities. So from this equation, rate of reaction will be equal to K. K is the proportionality constant into A raised to X, B raised to Y. K is nothing but a proportionality constant, and this proportionality constant is also known as rate constant. This is important here. Rate constant. K in this equation is known as proportionality constant, and that is also the rate constant. Now rate of reaction is equal to K, A raised to X, B raised to Y. Suppose, let us consider this is 1 and this is also 1. This whole factor comes equal to 1. This whole factor comes equal to 1. So what it become at that time? At that time, rate of reaction will be equal to rate constant. So what is rate constant? Rate constant K is nothing but the rate of reaction whenever concentrations of the both reactant will be unity. Concentrations of both reactant will be unity. See, if this is 1 and this is also 1, 1 into 1 it will be 1 and K into 1 is nothing but K. Therefore, rate of reaction will be equal to K, rate constant. Therefore, rate constant is defined as a rate of reaction whenever the concentrations of the reactant are unity. You got it? Now, we have to find out how the change in value of concentrations how the change in value of concentrations of A and B affect the rate of reaction. Let us consider it one by one. First case, I am considering X is equal to 1 and Y is also equal to 1. In this equation, X is 1, Y is 1. So what that rate of reaction becomes? Here rate of reaction become equal to K into A raised to 1, B raised to 1. Is it right? That is the equation. Now we have to find out what happens whenever concentration of A changes or concentration of B changes, or if they are remaining constant. See what happened. Let us consider this is 2 and this is also 2. So see what happened. Rate of reaction will be equal to K 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 1. So what is the answer? 4k. You got it? 2 raised to 1 is 2, 2 raised to 1 is 2, 2 2s are 4, so 4k. Rate of reaction will be equal to 4k. 4k we are getting. Now, if we double either a concentration of A or a concentration of B, what happens? That we have to study. What is my question? Here, if concentration of A and B we have taken same, for example 2 2, so rate of reaction will be 4k. Now I am changing either concentration of A or maybe concentration of B to its double value, double. Over here we have done A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2. Now I am taking A is equal to 4, double. See what happened? Rate of reaction will be equal to K into 4 raised to 1, 2 raised to 1. So K, 4 raised to 1 is 4, 2 raised to 1 is 2, 4 2s are 8. What is the answer? It will be now 8k. What is the meaning? What is the meaning? Are you getting meaning? Over here rate of reaction is 4k, and over here this rate of reaction will be equal to 8k. 4k become 8k. How? Because we have increased concentration of one reactant, double. So whenever concentration of one reactant is doubled, rate of reaction will be doubled. 4k become 8k. Concentration of reactant is doubled, rate of the reaction is also doubled, because x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1. See, this is for x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1. If we see the another fact, you got it? This is the first fact. Whenever x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. This is the rate law. Rate of reaction, rate law. We have written this equation known as rate law equation. x1, y1. If concentrations are taken equal, rate of reaction is 4k. One of the reactant is doubled. Concentration of one of the reactant is doubled. Rate of the reaction is also doubled. 4k become 8k. Whenever x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1. Now, another fact. X I am making 2. X is 2 and y is equal to 1. So what it become? Now instead of 1, this will be 2. Again, same fact, rate of reaction. Concentrations we are taking equal, 2, 2. Instead of 2, 1, this will be 2. What is this equation? 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, means this is 8k. And now, if we double the concentration of this, instead of 2 it is 4. So 4 raised to 2. What is this? 4 4s are 16 into 2, 32k. So what happened? How many times rate is increased? We have increased the concentration only double. Concentration is increased to double, to become 4. How many times rate of reaction is increased? Rate of reaction is increased by 4 times. 8 become 32. 8 multiplied by 4, that is equal to 32. So for this equation, if x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1, if the concentration of x is doubled, it is made 2 times, at that time rate of reaction become 4 times greater. 4 times greater. If we increase the concentration of B, what will happen? If concentration of B is doubled, simply it is 1. So rate of reaction will be doubled at that time, no matter. But since here a square is there, concentration of this is doubled, at that time rate of reaction will be increased by 4 times. One more fact. Third one, if x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1, see what happen. X is equal to 0, so a raised to 0. Here this power is 0. 2 raised to 0, how much? 1. Anything raised to 0 is 1. So what is the answer over here? 2k. Simply this factor we are considering. It is not necessary to consider this. This may not be considered. It means that at that time rate of reaction is independent of concentration of A. Rate of reaction is not depending on concentration of A. This is how rate law is different every time, and that at that time the rate of reaction is also different. Now here we are taking the example from your book in order to study the rate law. They have given one example. That example I am looking over here. See the solution of example given in your book. They have given concentration of A, concentration of B, and rates of reaction. See, here we have to write the rate law for this data. Initial concentration of A, initial concentration of B, and the rate of reaction whenever A and B are combined together. So write the rate law. We know rate of reaction will be given as K into concentration of A raised to X into concentration of B raised to Y. That is the rate of reaction. So here we have to derive the rate law. Means we have to find out value of X and value of Y. From first equation and two equation, these are two values, data. See, if we divide 2 by 1, what happened, that we have to study. We can calculate the value of X at that time. And once the value of X is known, we can calculate the value of Y. So let us see it one by one. For the first one, rate of reaction is 4 into 10 raised to minus 5, that is equal to K. Concentration of A is 0.4 raised to X. Concentration of B is 0.2 raised to Y. Second equation, from this one, 6 into 10 raised to minus 5 will be equal to K into concentration of 0.6 raised to X, 0.2 raised to Y. Now for third one, see what happened. Third one, 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 4 is equal to K into concentration of 0.8 raised to X and 0.4 raised to Y. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1, see what happened. Equation 2 divided by equation 1. 2 divided by 1. See what happened. Left side 6 into 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 4 into 10 raised to minus 5. Left divided by left. Right side divided by right side. Equal to K 0.6 raised to X, 0.2 raised to Y. 0.6 raised to X, 0.2 raised to Y upon K 0.4 raised to X, 0.2 raised to Y. 0.4 raised to X, 0.2 raised to Y. Now very simple. 0.2 raised to Y, 0.2 raised to Y cancelled. 10 raised to minus 5, 10 raised to minus 5 cancelled. 6 upon 4 is 1.5. K also cancelled. So 0.6 upon 0.4 raised to X means 6 by 4 raised to X. So 1.5, this is also 1.5 raised to X. 1.5 is equal to 1.5 raised to X. What is the value of 1.5 raised to over here? 1. Therefore, X is equal to 1. So in the rate law, this X we can write as 1. Now, calculate the value of Y. For calculation of value of Y, if we divide equation 3 by equation 1, see what happened. Dividing equation 3 by equation 1. Calculate the value of Y now by dividing equation 3 by equation 1. So equation 3 divided by equation 1. Left side upon left side, right side upon right side. So here left side 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 4 divided by 4 into 10 raised to minus 5. Left side upon left side. Now right side upon right side. This is K 0.8 raised to X, then 0.4 raised to Y. But X we know, X is 1. Value of X is 1 divided by K 0.4 raised to 1, 0.2 raised to Y. 0.4 raised to 1, 0.2 raised to Y. Now we can easily solve this. 3.2 we can write as 32 into 10 raised to minus 5. So 32 into 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 4 into 10 raised to minus 5. This I have written like this. K get cancelled. 0.8 divided by 0.4 means 8 upon 4. That will be 2. 0.4 divided by 0.2. So that is also 4 upon 2 raised to Y. Now what is this? This cancelled. 4 8s are 32 equal to 2. 4 divided by 2, that is also 2 raised to Y. These 2 taken on left side. So it become 8 upon 2 is equal to 2 raised to Y. 8 upon 2 is 4. 4 is equal to 2 raised to Y means 4 is nothing but 2 raised to 2 is equal to 2 raised to y, therefore y will be equal to 2. See, that solution is important. Equation 3 divided by equation 1. Here we know the value of x. X is equal to 1. That is substituted. And directly the figures are cancelled. K is cancelled. Calculations are performed. And the value of y can be obtained. Now x is 1 and y is 2. Therefore, what is the rate law equation? Rate of reaction is equal to K A raised to 1 B raised to 2. That is the final answer. So that is how rate law from any data can be written for a given chemical reaction.